Welcome back, my fellow patriots, to the Save Our Republic Daily episode. Today we're going to be talking about the founding first principle of equality. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. That's from the Declaration of Independence, of course, and that is a fundamental founding first principle that our founders agreed upon and have moved our society forward with in a very constructive and unique way in the course of human history. First, we need to acknowledge that at the time that we adopted the Declaration of Independence, that we were really the first country in the whole of human history to be dedicated to that proposition, that all men are created equal. And when I say men, writ large, mankind. Why is that? The belief is that the Creator and nature's God has invested in every single person human dignity. There's a spark of divinity, that they are created by the hand of the Creator, and therefore each has special value. You have special value. There's no person like you in the whole course of human history, and that we should all be treated the same under the law. Most, actually all, other countries up to that time were forged on the opposite idea, on the idea of inequality, the inherent inequality of every single person. There was a king or a theocrat that was in charge at the top, or it might be a caste of a set of rulers, whatever it was. They were in charge. They were superior to everyone else. And then there might be several levels. In ancient France, for example, there was the nobility, there was the clergy, and then there was everybody else. And everybody else was 94 to 98% of the people. And your rights depended on actually your privileges, because we've talked about rights before. Their privileges relied upon what caste they were. And other societies, it was your race or your ethnic group or your heritage, your religion, all kinds of different ways. And as Americans, we have agreed that that's wrong, that we are all equal, and that we should all be treated fairly and equally under the law. Now, I will acknowledge that I'm no fool, and I understand that when we declared independence, that the man who wrote those words, Thomas Jefferson, owned slaves, and that there were many slaveholders, like Patrick Henry, give me liberty, give me death, but he was a slaveholder. And there was this fundamental contradiction. And that most, even white males, could not vote because they didn't own property, or that there was discrimination based on religion. I'm a Catholic, and there was bigotry against Catholics, and that women had very little rights to property and also had no political rights. Completely understood. But that doesn't denigrate the massive achievement of the Declaration of Independence, that it recognized that we are all equal. And what happened was people saw that hypocrisy of proposing equality for everyone, saying that that was what should be, and the huge gap in reality. And the people that pushed for emancipation of the slaves, the people that pushed for broadening the suffrage from just white land-owning men to all men, and the people that pushed to enfranchise African-American men after the Civil War, and the people that pushed to give women political and social and economic rights, they all looked to the Declaration of Independence, and they said, we have to live up to the promise that was given to us. Now, we're not there, obviously. There's lots of problems with our society coming up even more vibrantly and vividly in the last year or so. But we are far ahead of where we were in 1776, and we are far ahead than most any other society in the course of human history. There's a podcast that we talk about the first principle of equality, Patriot Lessons, American History and Civics. There's an equality episode. I really urge you to listen to that so that you can get the full flavor for what I'm talking about. because these Save Our Republics are very short. But we need to recognize that equality is a fundamental first principle, and that America is dedicated to that, and that we need to fight against those. And when I say fight, I mean that figuratively. We need to challenge those that believe that we are not equal. They could be racist in the KKK and Nazi way, or they could be people that say, we need to treat people differently because of the color of their skin. We need to treat people differently because of their backgrounds, etc. We need to remember that everyone should be treated the same under the law. Until next time, don't forget about AmericaSurvivalGuide.com, the Patriot Lessons in American History and Civics podcast, and PatriotWeek.org. God bless you, and God bless America.